So, ladies and gentlemen, ever since Nux Taku reacted to a video of mine, I have received emails every day from his haters trying to fill me in on the Nux lore to get me to condemn him. I've been informed about the new lore that Nux Taku is the owner of a hentai site called New Taku, and that his lover slash girlfriend, a VTuber by the name of Hermes, is the one who runs that website and manages all his social media accounts. Here is my official response. You freaks are pathetic, and no amount of obsessing about another person's life will fill the void of your empty, worthless, meaningless existence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Let me say something. I have a criticism for Nux Taku. That's right, I have a criticism for Nux Taku. And his haters are not going to believe this. I am going to criticize Nux Taku right now, in front of everyone, in front of God and country. Nux Taku is too nice. That's right. He's too nice. He's too gentle on you malformed retards that have spent every waking moment sending me emails and comments about how Nux Taku is this or that, or let's just say that what you said here is true. First of all, what does that have to do with me? Second of all, what does that matter? I'm just sitting here going, okay, Nux Taku has a girlfriend by the name of Hermes, who's also his lover. Who cares? He owns a hentai site called New Taku. Even if that were true, who cares? Why are you so obsessed with people on the internet? And this isn't even about Nux Taku. This is true of people like Asmongold or Tectone, myself to a lesser extent because I'm a smaller content creator, but I get this sort of stuff too. I want to let you know, all of you Nux Taku haters, I want you to understand this. Nux Taku is nice. I am not. I'm not nice to people like you. He is. So he may make fun of you, laugh at your expense a little bit, but it's jovial, it's good fun. I also laugh at you, but not like a ha-ha laugh. Like you are a punchline of the universe. The reality is that you people, you spend all your time trying to get other people to hate somebody else, and you think this is what's going to do it? Now, these are not the only accusations. There are still people that are calling Nux a pedo, even in this comment section. Even in this comment section, there's some freak who posts this right here, saying, Nux Taku states that Shadman interacted with him out of the blue and nothing more, but a screenshot was found of a deleted conversation where Nux Taku asked Shadman to collab. Also, Nux used a censored picture from Shadman's porn comic of Arya Stark, played by a child actor for Game of Thrones. Nux Taku is way too nice when dealing with you people. But I'm not. So I'll tell you like it is. You people are disgusting, degenerate, obsessive freaks. And the reality is that I'm going to call it like I see it. The reason why you go after Nux Taku, the reason why you go after people the way that you do is because in many cases, they recognize that you're beneath them, so they don't really engage with you. They don't really talk to you. You can sort of just spam this shit at them. But I want you to know that I view you as a problem And the solution is I'm going to roast you. And my audience and I, we're going to laugh at you. We're going to make fun of you. We're going to belittle you. We're going to put you down. It's high school all over again. Here's the reality. What you do is a benefit to no one. Your parents are embarrassed by you. I mean, of course they are. How could they not be? You spend the gift that God gave you of life in front of your computer screen, screenshotting and downloading things of Taku so that you could post it on the internet to try to get people to hate this guy. But I got to tell you, this is unconvincing to me in the extreme, and it makes you look unhinged, insane, pathetic, weird, creepy, freakish. You're an abomination. In the good old days, the Templars knew how to deal with abominations. But unfortunately today, you think, God, these things called rights, and I'm only kidding. Partially. But ladies and gentlemen, Taku is too nice. That's my criticism. He's too nice. He's too jovial. He seems like a guy that just wants to have a good time. That's what it seems like to me. I could be totally wrong. Everything that these people say could be true. The earth could be flat. Taku could have a girlfriend that's managing his entire life in social media, and that when you interact with him, you're actually interacting with her like a reverse Andrew Tate. Where you think you're talking to the girl and you're actually talking to him. Which, by the way, I will say, in Andrew Tate's defense, that is absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant that you have a business, logic-oriented guy sitting behind the computer trying to extract as many resources from people like this. These fat, sweaty, smelly, degenerate losers that are an anime convention in terms of stench onto themselves. You heard the expression, an army of one? These people smell like an army of one. I'm just here to poke fun at these people and how ridiculous they are and how completely and totally divorced from reality they are. That they come to me and think that I'm going to be on their side. Hey guys, I got all these emails. Man, this Taku guy. Oh man, can you believe that he has a girlfriend? Can you believe he has a girlfriend? Oh my God, this girl named Hermes who's his lover. Oh man. Oh God, a woman, Taku has a girl. Ugh. Man, he's not one of us after all. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Taku is way too nice to you people. I've only had to deal with you for a couple days. I don't know how on earth Nux is still as nice as he is with the level of vitriol and retardation that he must have to deal with on a daily basis. It's crazy to me. I posted this in response. First of all, let me just make it perfectly clear. The way I view things in relation to this, not to get too much deep into it, but if you're drawing a cartoon, I view that differently as opposed to a real person. Meaning that if you have an image for your thumbnail that's censored, that's based off of a character in a fictional show, I'm not going to take that seriously if you call that CP. All right? However, if you came to me and you had irrefutable evidence that Taku went with Hassan Piker to visit the underage brothel. By the way, Hassan, how old were the girls at the brothel? How old were the girls that you visited at the brothel that was rated for trafficking underage girls? If you show me a picture that Taku and Hassan went to this brothel together and, engaged in some recreational activity with underage girls, yeah, I'd be drawing up the swords and the pitchforks and going right along. But that's not what you're accusing him of. You don't have any evidence for the minor things that you do accuse him of. You say that he's the owner of the website Taku. There was no evidence of that. It was just an allegation. This is crazy. Man, this is absolutely crazy. And Nux Taku responded, it also wasn't Arya Stark, so it's literally a lie upon a lie. Yeah. So you didn't, do you think that's helpful? Well, yeah, it sort of goes to, basically eradicating any credibility that you may have had. And I say may have had in sort of like a hypothetical sense. But if the person you're talking about in your statement from here, if this part isn't true, then what the fuck are you doing here? Why did you post this? Why do you have this picture saved? Like, I'm continually amazed that these sort of people are allowed to exist with impunity on the internet without pushback. Well, guess what? That time is over. The nice guys have left the room. Next Taku, you're too nice. Step out of the room. We're gonna take care of things, all right? And my position on this is universal. When I see people like Hassan Piker making statements about how, about Tectone, and I may do a video on this separately. But when I see people like Hassan call out Tectone that he is he's a generational pervert, or he's a generational essayer, understand. There are people that are 1,000 times worse than even what you're alleging, and you're wasting all of your time on this one guy for no valid reason. I don't get it. I don't get why you're so obsessed with this one person. And more than that, I don't know why you would come to me and think that I am going to humor your bullshit and retardation. No. In fact, I'm making this video to make it abundantly clear that not only is that not going to happen, but I will be 1,000 times harsher than on you than Nux Taku ever will. Because the truth is, and I've said here's the truth a couple times, but the truth is that the reason why you obsess about Nux Taku, the reason why you're so focused on him, the reason why you have probably a terabyte of saved screenshots and innuendos and bullshit is because you think by bringing this stuff up, by trying to make him into a worse person than he actually is on the internet in terms of, we're going to take him down, we're going to bring him down, you think then that makes you a good person. That makes you a good person, because if he's as bad as this, well, then I must be good, right? But the answer to that is no. No, you're a disease. You're a scab. You're a waste of time. You're a waste of life. You're a waste of air. You exist. Your head leaves the pillow every day looking for something, anything, to try to validate your rotten, miserable existence. Every day. That's what you wake up to do. And so this is, by the way, this is me being reserved. This is me being nice. I wouldn't want to get too mean on I wouldn't want to get too mean on YouTube, but I mean
You watch.
the fact that people like this exist and you choose to go after Nux Taku is insane to me.
Why is Tectone's Egg Ash trying to say you ruined your life, Lamau? Why are you openly admitting that you watch the rapist child of a rapist? Like, what is wrong with you?
The rapist child of a rapist.
Generational sexual assault. Who gives a shit, dude?
Now, the irony here is that Hassan's father is a terrorist supporter too, and a scumbag and an absolute piece of shit. Nux Taku has called this out on multiple occasions. I'm more than happy to do so. Hassan's entire family is fucked up. I think it's several generations of inbreeding that gets people this violent and vicious and stupid. But you take a look at Hassan's family. His father, the terrorist supporter, Cenk Uygur, his uncle. Holy shit. And Hassan. What a fucked up family. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. We have reached 240 followers on Kick. That is, in large part, majority part, thanks to Nux Taku and his amazing audience who comes over and leaves positive messages and has fun. The experience of Nux Taku reacting to my video has been an overwhelmingly positive one because of his audience. I just wanted to take the opportunity to address some of his retards that think I'm going to be on their side. Now, I want you to understand something too. Nux Taku and I still aren't friends. We're not like collabing behind the scenes. I DM'd him once to say thank you, and he said, "LOL, thanks, bro." You know, I'm not leaking DMs here. I'm just saying. You know, it was, you know, we passing ships in the night, basically. But you saw us get a little too close together, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh God, no, go tell him about all the things that Nux has done wrong." Like I give a shit, dude. I cover people like Hassan Piker. Are you fucking kidding me? Hassan Piker, the terrorist supporter, the underage brothel enthusiast. I have to deal with people. That make Nux Taku look like a saint. Every day I'm talking about the most vile filth on the internet. And you come to me, Nux Taku has a girlfriend. Congratulations to him. May their marriage be fruitful and then have many kids. Oh, Christ. Christ our Lord and Savior. I'm not taking his name in vain. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. See you next time.